All right, so I've had like 7 different ideas of how to actually say this, and I've gone through like 2 or 3 different ways to actually write it. So I'm just gonna drop into it. I'm back. What's up? Holy crap! It's been 3 months since I've last uploaded. All right, we need to get into this. Dropping in like hot butter in Japan, or maybe like snowflakes falling down on the ground in the winter. Yes, that's a real thing that exists, and not a lie told to you by the government, unlike the birds that they tell you are not spy cameras and are watching your every move, but are in fact real living things.
Every single bird in the sky is a robot. The United States government basically massacred 12 billion birds, beautiful living birds.
Wait, where's this analogy even going again? Oh, right. Sugary Akira. Sugary Akira finally gets an upgrade to make free-to-play players feel like they actually know what they're doing by using her, except this time she's not a 3-star Stigmata, and is in fact a real character within Honkai. No, not that Honkai, you horny Kafka dog. I mean the real Honkai. Yeah, that one. The one that's finally following in the steps of Genshin Impact by giving us fake cat girls like Kirara from Genshin Impact with human ears, and not the one with real anthropomorphic characters like Mami Tingyun and Star Rail. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jayniro, and today I'll be your Pepega Honkai Twitch streamer guide to how to utilize Sugary Akira in Honkai Impact 3rd. Alright, let's move on. Holy crap, they gave us a new training area. Wow. Anyways, now Sugary Akira comes in hot. Not necessarily replacing Pardo, because let's be honest, power creep is something that's plaguing not just gacha games heavily, but gaming in general over time, but rather she's filling a new niche, and also power creeping Brawny, who is now instead in Star Rail. I don't care what they say, it's her, alongside, well, Mommy Kafka, your mom. Axer Bunny played the role for Ice Teams as the off-field support character in the past that can trigger whenever her QTE was up. Here does the exact same thing, except doesn't, because originality. Here's main function is going to be boosting your team's total and ice damage through her QTE, which can be triggered by doing enough actions with the rest of your team while she's off field. Hello, Elise Elf. May I help you? Through a combination of both her SP skill and her passive, Kira causes a 10% total damage boost and makes enemies take 8% more ice damage, while also inflicting some rhyme trauma as well. This ultimately comes out to roughly 18% more damage, but a little bit more. So, maybe wondering then, what's the purpose of having the rest of her kit if she's just going to be played like Brawny? You know, fully off-field and all that jazz. Well, let me get to that in just a second, you little silly little snake, you. I have no clue why I said that like that. Anyways, unlike Brawny, when Kira's ultimate is actually ready, she actually fully swaps in and automatically casts her ultimate. Unlike Brawny, who can cast it off and on the side. Off and on the side, off-field and on the off-field on the side of the field. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah. Her ultimate at base allows her to snipe 3 times and inflict 4 rhyme trauma with each shot. That is if you can actually hit them and don't have Pepega aim like me. And this is where we get into a little bit of her sick gunplay. A little bit. You see, Kira actually has a meter, like most characters do nowadays. This meter has 2 sniper shots that charge up your attacking. Hey! Stay with me here. This is important. What? Do I need to play some Subway Surfer down there at the bottom of the screen to keep your attention? Fine. Here you go. This meter actually has 2 sniper shots that charge up through attacking. Her basic damage is irrelevant, so let's not worry about that. I know. Big Sag, but does increasingly charge her shots faster upon progressing further into her basic attack sequence, meaning that she can actually get a charge shot from just doing a single basic sequence. The charge shot is actually very important, as it provides a boost to both your team's total damage and ice damage. But contrary to popular belief, a 20% total damage multiplier and a 20% ice damage boost doesn't equal exactly 40% overall damage boost. No, we can't have that here. No adding here. Instead, this is actually a 44% overall damage boost because math. I said 44%, not 44 times. Keep that in mind. The real reason why this is important, however, is because you actually finally get a chance to do these super cool action slides with her evade. I mean, just look at these, man. Makes you feel like you're really playing Bayonetta or Devil May Cry here, for real. One last thing, though, before we move into the next section, is that Kira isn't just an A rank, but is in fact an SP A rank. Basically, all this means is that you can farm for her, as you should. Her SP rank ups are actually very important as they unlock key parts of her kit that make her function even more. You see, at base, all of these other skills that say new are actually locked. They only say new because I accidentally ranked her up before filming this and I'm stuck living my past choices. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Anyways, you can already see what gets unlocked at S. Some skills that restore more SP, but the main culprits being the ones that let ultimate boost the team's ice damage by 6%, and this one right here as well that lets Kira start with a full charge shot and restore half a shot when QTEing. Basically, this means you only need 2 rotations if Kira can restore enough SP to have a charge shot ready for when she ults back into the field from standby. Double S is even crazier because she makes enemies take 4% more total damage when she ults in. And triple S on top of it lets the entire team deal 15% more total damage from weapon actives. So this is post-recording. I'm just going through her skills one more time as I'm unlocking and ranking up stuff. This is an important one as well. Yeah, teammates can restore 8 SP to her while she's off field. It's a cooldown of 3 seconds, but I mean, you're pretty much going to be rotating through other teammates. So she'll probably have her ult very quickly, so you don't need to worry about as much SP farming if you have her high enough rank. Just, I guess keep that in mind. Still with me? No? Here's more Subway Surfer. Now, unfortunately for many, Kira doesn't really have many options, as well she's the second ever ice dual gun wielder to come to the game, right behind Callan, Otto's lost love. Fitting how we're talking about Callan and Luocha, another Otto clone, just came out in Star Rail. Anyways, surprise to no one, Kira's signature weapon is of course, her best option, as it enables a playstyle exclusive to her by allowing more damage to be dealt and more SP to be restored when exclusively equipped by her. Her weapon also provides the team exclusively with a 14% total damage buff and a 15% ice damage buff while also buffing her own ice damage by 20%. No, her own buff and the team buff do not stack, hence exclusive. But it also lets her deal more rhyme trauma, meaning you'll be getting those freezes faster and can proc those buffs while enemies are frozen from other team members more often. Unfortunately, as for other guns, it's a hard recommendation apart from just straight stat sticks. All other weapons fill primarily physical, fire, or lightning damage rolls and provide buffs exclusive to those damage types. The only other weapon that has some synergy at all that I could even say would be Water Spirit type 2. Yeah, that random 4-star craftable gun that you always dispose of because it just takes up inventory space and you hate seeing constant multiple copies and you forget sometimes that to just dismantle, auto dismantle. Listen, I know I have a problem. It is what it is. Wait, that's out of style. It's just a canon event. But listen, it's not even worth it in all honesty because the base attack is so low. What's even crazier, but not really if we're being honest, is Six Serenade's gun doesn't even have any synergy with Kira whatsoever. It does shoe in with the whole ice damage setting, but its benefits provide extra damage from the wielder exclusively and not to the team. Kind of not what you want if you're building support and not a damage dealer. Yeah, basically this means if you don't have her weapon, you're kind of screwed, not gonna lie. This ain't really that important though, because a certain someone's coming next patch, so be on the lookout for that if you're really interested. Spoiler alert, it's Hersher Zayla. Not Seal, not Seely, not Seela.
Seela.
Zayla. It's German. Look, listen.
Seele.
See? Good. Now pronounce it correctly. Okay. As for Kira's Stigmata set, by surprise to no one yet again, I recommend her signature set, Celia Youth. As a whole, the set provides an array of total, elemental, and ice damage specific buffs based on Kira's max HP. They all revolve around this status called Dance With Me, which unfortunately can only be triggered by the bottom piece. So if you don't have it, you're kind of SOL and just gotta use something like Pardo's Bastet set, Turg TB PPM, or even Irene TB PPM, or maybe something else, like I've mentioned in past guide videos. I wouldn't recommend Li Sushang's set, however, for one, because you'll be using her with Kira, but two, there are multiple parts of the Stigmata set that don't really synergize with her kit, Kira's kit specifically, such as the fact that it specifies combo attacks, and Kira uses charge attacks. So yeah, Kira's set. So by default, we're gonna have to be focusing exclusively on Ice Team comps, as Kira's primarily an ice damage support, right? Having only 3 slots instead of 4, like some other games, means our selection of characters is a lot tighter than something like Genshin or Star Rail. Since she's a support, Kira needs a main damage dealer to go with. So for modern content, we'll be rocking with Valks like Ursher Elysia, Devoing Bronya, Ursher Reason Bronya, Ursher Truth Bronya. Holy crap, there's so many Bronyas. Brother, Bronya. Welcome to the Honkai verse? More like welcome to the Bronya verse, am I right? She's even spanning multiple games. Just look at her here in Star Rail, and also here, Star Rail again. As for our other slot, we're gonna roll with another support. Kira's general utility is very good, but her buffs act more like add-ons to fit specific content that Hoyo puts out. For our main and primary supporter, like I mentioned briefly earlier during the gear section, we're gonna be mainly going with Li Susheng. The buffs provided by her are absolutely ludicrous. I mean, come on. And if you have no idea what I'm even talking about, I highly recommend checking out my previous video on her as well. This isn't to say you can't utilize someone like Pardo or Haxor Bunny, because you absolutely can if you put your mind to it. I mean, it's a free country after all, so play what you want, do what you want, you know? It's just that Pardo's buffs are minor like Kira's, and her kit more so aims to prog gear effects instead of her own, whereas Haxor Bunny is more of an off-field support just like Kira, which would lead to a ton of anti-synergy and no effects being procced. Additionally, in the support role, For Sure Truth Bronya solely buffs fire and lightning damage specifically, whereas for ice damage, she increases her own damage and is meant to act like a DPS for ice team comps. Check out my HTR vid as well to learn more. If you're still on the fence whether or not you want to pull for Kira, the real answer, like everyone else is saying, is that you should pull for Kafka and you shouldn't ask any questions. In all seriousness, SP Valks have proven time and time again that they are actually pretty good in the long run and last a lot longer than DPS Valks. However, Zayla is coming in the next patch, so just keep that in mind in deciding how far you actually want to go down the rabbit hole of gacha debt. I know I've fallen a lot. I hope this video helped you learn and figure out how to effectively build and play Sugary Kira, and if it did, be sure to drop a like and, sub to your boy. We finally hit 1K subs, and I can't thank you guys enough, despite me burning out for effectively 3 months with absolutely nothing to show for it, because I'm a big dumb doo-doo head. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the vid, and if it did, comment down below your favorite chapstick flavor. Yeah, let's go with that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Dane.